right, y'all. So now let's move on and let's talk about Madonna, who is in the news, of course, because and she's been everywhere, child. She got a new album coming out this in 4 days. So she got to be out of here promoting. It's funny because when I look at it when it comes to Madonna, is it just me or does it just feel like, yeah, she's everywhere, but I don't feel like she's overexposed. It's like, yeah, the Vogue interview, and then she just did the interview with Graham Norton, and then she's like popping up in all these little places, but it still feels like she's been edging us a lot, and I still want more. Like, I don't feel like we've gotten a full amount. But recently, because we were just talking about Sylvia Ronan, her speech at the BET Awards, where she was talking about AI and the dangers of tech and how we need to get ahead of it, and also remember, like, yeah, we can learn the technological aspect, but we also need to remember that the souls, we are the ones who, we make the algorithm doesn't make us. So yeah, so Madonna recently came out and excuse me, she just spoke, and there was after Universal Pictures, dropped the ball on her biopic. Don't expect Madonna to turn to artificial intelligence to get the job done. So, in her interview with Vogue Italia, she slammed AI in the interview, telling the outlet that relying on AI is the opposite of making art. She said, once you were around painters and musicians and dancers, and artists in one place and working from a very pure place for each other. I value that experience a lot, Madonna said. Nowadays, you don't do that anymore. Now you have a record. Now you to have a record deal, you think about how many followers you have. She's absolutely right. Before my opinion, let me continue what she had to say. That's why in Bring Your Love, I say, don't try to distract me from numbers. I mean, don't try to distract me with numbers. For me, it started now thinking about the charts, the streaming numbers, algorithms, and artificial intelligence are the opposite of taking risks. And to me, that is the opposite of making art. Well, I'm glad she said that because she was like, yeah, don't try to distract me with numbers. I wasn't thinking about the charts when I was putting this record together. And what people need to realize, because of, when Confessions came out in 2005, you had hung up, it was all about the big chart hit and all that other stuff. Now, in this situation, she doesn't need to worry about chart numbers and everything anymore. I think Warner Brothers is doing a phenomenal job in how they are marketing Madonna with this new era, with this new album, and everything that's going on with that. I think so I don't feel like she's even focusing on, oh my God, we have to have a big hit. I mean, I Feel So Free has been doing really well for her. And Bring Your Love, I think it's been doing well in regards to the streamings and everything. But I feel like with this new album, it definitely feels like there's a story, a cohesiveness that's going to be going with this album. So we got to follow along from beginning, middle, and end. It's like it's taking us on a journey. It's telling us a story, that sort of thing. So you're getting an album of material. You're not just getting, oh, I have to feed the algorithmic beast, or I have to do a song that's a minute, under 2 minutes, like BB Rexa did on her recent album. Yes, I like the album that she put out, Dirty Blonde, but my issue with it is, why are these songs so damn short? And the other time, well, it's the length, and if you want a longer version, just listen to the song. So no, that's because that's what y'all went for. That's the goal. That's what y'all do. Y'all want to do this because it's about trying to beat the algorithm. So you want us to listen to this 2 minute song 50 million times so we get tired of it, because it's a game of playing with the algorithm. Whereas when you look at the length, and I believe they released the time lengths of each track from the new album, a lot of these songs are pretty long. I'm not saying they're like 6-7 minutes, but a lot of them, some of the songs is 5 minutes, some songs is 4.5. There's some songs that's 3. Um, I think the shortest song on the album might be LES Girls. But I agree with her on all of this. It's like, yeah, you can't go in making music thinking about the algorithm or letting the algorithm hold you hostage. If you're going to create, you got to create and not just be thinking about streams and numbers and all this other crap. Because quiet as it's kept, ain't that many of y'all out here doing it with the streaming and the numbers and all this other stuff. If you could actually get up on the stage and give a show and perform and show true artistry, I think that's more important than a goddamn algorithm. Now, in other news, Madonna recently did her interview with Graham Norton, which I'm gonna do a full reaction video to the interview and post it up on the Patreon. I'll try to see if I can make it work over here too. Forbidding, God willing, that I don't get any strikes or whatever from posting copyrighted material. But I watched the interview. I'm glad to rewatch it again because as I said before, I watched the interview. I was exhausted because I've been working like crazy. A lot of shows I've been working this week. So I've been relatively exhausted and I wasn't in the right state of mind when I was watching it, so I need to watch it again with fresh eyes. But she recently did an interview with Graham Norton, and Kylie Minogue popped out at one sequence where she made them drinks at the bar and was talking about the drink was gross. It was hilarious, that whole bit that they did. Thank God Kylie's a pop star, one of the biggest pop stars in the world, and she's not somebody who is a bartender. But Madonna admitted while they were doing the interview when they were having a little kiki session that she was envious of Kylie Minogue at one point. So Madonna memorably, as y'all may or may not remember, back when she did the 2000 MTV Europe Music Awards in Stockholm, Sweden, she came out with a Kylie Minogue t-shirt on that had rhinestones on it and safety pins on the side. Yeah, because back in that time, the safety pin sleeveless shirt, that was like a big trend. I have a Superman shirt. I don't know where it is, but I have a Superman shirt that had like the safety pins in it on the side. It's somewhere in the archives. But anyway, so she said that he had asked her how the outfit came about. And she said, I was in my Western mode, rhinestoning everything. And I was trying to think of singers that I'm slightly in love with. And so naturally, I thought of Kylie and had a t-shirt made of her. Now, Minogue, who was present for the portion of the interview, recalled her original response to witnessing Madonna's shirt in 2000, saying, quote, there was no warning. I don't know what I did. Probably just stopped shy of fainting. It was amazing. Madonna then shared her honest feelings about the Can't Get You Out of My Head musician. She said, I was actually a little bit jealous of you. And then Norton goes, why? Because she was so cute. And then basically suggesting that her then husband, Guy Ritchie, contributed to her feeling of unease and said, I think my ex-husband at the time had a crush on her. I was like, I'll never be as beautiful as Kylie. And Norton, oh wait, look. So here's the thing with that. Madonna is not ugly. You're beautiful in your own way. I'm beautiful in my way. I did not want to do the Gaga reference, but that just came out. So she's cute. It's not me being shady. Like, you look good. But it's like, yeah, Madonna is attractive in her own right. Kylie is gorgeous in her own right. And y'all are both equally talented pop stars, have been able to accumulate a career. You over 40 years, Kylie almost at 40 years. I believe it will make 40 years. She's been in the pop music game next year in 2027. Yeah, because 1987, I believe, is when she first came out, or her debut single, I Should Be So Lucky. So, but I could totally understand probably being in a relationship with Guy Ritchie, insufferable ass. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised if he made her feel at unease with all that cockiness that comes with him. Because she liked the men that's a little rough around the edges. Remember, she was married to Sean Penn. It's funny how it seems like Madonna likes to marry very rough around the edges, blue collar presenting type men. Sean Penn was like that, and also Guy Ritchie. So she definitely has a type. So with that being said, I just feel like there's no reason to be jealous, but I can totally understand that when you have a husband and somebody you got to credit. Look, as long as he ain't cheat with her, that's all that matters. But I can totally understand why you was feeling the way you feel, but there's no reason why you need to be jealous of people. But look, it just goes to show she's human and people got their insecurities, which Madonna's never let us know that she's had them, but it was cute for her being vulnerable in that way. Now, in other news, he also asked if Minogue will appear as a guest on Madonna's next album, which y'all know is coming out in 4 days. And he said there have been rumors that Kylie is on Confessions 2. Is this you confirming the rumor? The two singers kind of gave each other a glance and then smiled and didn't confirm or deny that the situation was happening. And then she goes, "Why do you have to know everything?" And then this is what you're very nosy. And here's the thing: I work in media. I'm interviewing you. Of course, I'm going to be nosy, or inquisitive would be a much better word. So yeah, I'm going to ask you if y'all are collaborating on a song together because the gays want to know. This has been a question. Has it really been a question, or has it just been like a wish that the gays have wanted for decades? Everybody's been saying they want a Madonna Kylie collab, and here's the thing: this collab needs to happen because Madonna, you're not getting any younger. I know you like to get in this whole space of you don't like to look backwards, only forwards. Whatever, sis, you're about to be 68 in 2 months. This collab needs to happen, and I do think it's going to happen. If it doesn't happen on this album, I do believe that their collab will appear on those, because she did mention that there are 8 tracks that they have that didn't make the cut of this record that she does want to put out at some point. So I do feel like when we get the album now, at the end of 2026, we should get an EP. Well, it's 8 songs considered EP. It's like it'll be like the Fame Monster, or even like what Slater said she's working on. She says she's working on a companion album to Worst Girl in America. So if we get a companion album to Confessions 2, because with the 2, we need 2 records to kind of come into one. So 16, 24 songs, which is kind of what we got with Rebel Heart, although that album was all over the place. This one would fare much better. We get an 8-track, side project or something that connects with it. And we get the collab with Kylie. We also get the collab with Charlie XCX, because there's rumors that they're collaborating together, but there might be for that song that they have, Hot Sauce. That's what some people think, that their collab is with that song. So we'll see if how this all turns out. But yeah, the gay gods have spoken, and they've been demanding that we get us a collaboration between you two, and we definitely need it. I mean, I did hear rumors that it was one of the song Love Sensation that might be that there's a remix of that. But my thing is this: we already had Bring Your Love with Sabrina. Some people actually prefer the version without Sabrina, and it's like a different sonically a different version of the song with Madonna by herself. And when she goes on her tour, she's gonna have to perform that version without Sabrina. But I don't want it to be a remix of a pre-existing song. I want it to be an original song between these two ladies. So fingers crossed it happens, but I do strongly feel that it's going to happen, because there's no way y'all can give each other that glance and do the thing and not give the fans a collab, because we will revolt. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Do you believe that what Madonna had to say about artificial intelligence, and do you think that we could be getting a collab between the Queen and the Princess, the international princess of pop? So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.